Hey everybody, Samuel here. After our group got done picking some bandit booty, they returned upstairs, brought their bag of goodies with them, back up to those other thieves and bandits they tied to the chairs upstairs. Trogg, Archie, and Kid set themselves up trying to get some information out of them, while Moony went outside to keep George company. He's a, soft-hearted fella. Using some of their more creative techniques, the party was able to learn some useful information about this Khalil El-Shadidi group of thieves. Mostly that they're based in Tempe, dealing with magic items and such, much like myself. And also that they're starting to gain a little bit more power back in their homeland. So while the three of them were, mostly torturing them, Moony was outside with George, giving him some apples, whatnot, trying to figure out more information. But after the interrogation was over, planted some evidence, trying to throw this organization off their trail, make them think that the chain had killed these folks, looted their safe house. So at the conclusion of that, with all their sack of magic items in tow, came back to Cusa, grabbed the rest of their gear, made their way back to Apicus, disposing of Frederick's body, on the way. Once I got back to Aspicus, met back up with yours truly. Got my box back there, a bit rude, wouldn't really tell me what they found. I think I mostly figured it out. But anyway, got what I wanted back. Gave them the information they were looking for about Bout. Mostly that he sort of got caught up in this mysterious group. I wasn't able to find out too much about him. Lost his memory. Didn't really know who he was, where he was, what he was doing. Keeping a few tabs on him. Trying to, anyway. So I told them what I knew. Pointed them in the direction of Braydon. Last I heard, he'd been wandering around Schleem with these people. And I set them on their way. Booked them passage over to Stillwell so they can cross over the mountain pass over the Windfall Mountains. During their last night in Aspicus, our dream team of Chug and Archie tried to make a little bit of cash in the Red Dove in the bar. Another masterful bagpipe performance. So he made a decent amount of cash. Archie was also pretty successful in picking some pockets from the unsuspecting patrons, although he did end up gambling most of it away. Moony and Kid took a trek out to the mountains, out to the foothills, looking for, some kind of flower or something. Wasn't really paying attention. Though they were unsuccessful, Moony did manage to get some of the woodland creatures to maybe help him out a bit. They'll keep looking for it after the month moves on. But in the morning, woke up, set their way on the ship. After about a week's journey, they landed in Stillwell. And that's where you guys are. You're in Stillwell.
I'm a little unsteady on my feet. Got a little bit of sea legs. Do we want to spend the night here, spend a day here in Stillwell before we take off, or what are y'all thinking?
What time is it right now?
About 10, 11 o'clock.
In the evening? Or in the day?
Sorry, morning.
I don't know about you guys. We got plenty of sun here, so what they say. Guns out, guns out. Let's do this.
All right. Well, if we want to head off into the mountains, we should probably make sure we're all stocked up on things we need, right?
That's what I was thinking. But DM, since we departed from Stillwell earlier, do we have any contacts here or anyone we could reach out to that could maybe, I don't know, help us out on our journey? Anyone that we have positive connections with?
Yeah, this is pretty much Horace's base of operations for his thieving organization. You guys have been here before. Archie and Kid have, at least. Right, so you would know places within the city.
Do we have George with us or nah?
Yes, you brought him on the ship with you.
All right, so we have one horse.
Yes.
Or did we bring the other horses that we had earlier, or no? Were they?
No, we just returned those to Samuel.
Those were Samuel's horses.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You've only got George.
George is our horse.
Well, here's the deal, fellas. I don't know how the rest of y'all look money wise, but I'm looking a little peckish. So if we're going to be sticking around in town for a day or two, Arch, it's been a while since we've actually done a job right. Yeah, if we can find some work and get some money to pay for the stuff that we need before we head out, I don't know.
Are you suggesting a side quest?
I'm suggesting that we make sure we do what we can to make sure we're stocked up. And right now, money wise, I'm definitely not that. So.
Right.
And we haven't had time just the two of us in a while. It feels like since we started this, met up with these folks. So it'd be kind of nice.
Right, we can stretch our legs a little bit. Got to stay frosty, as they say. I'd like to look around. Do I see any thieves' camp directing us to the base of operations that Horace runs?
You've been there, you know where it is.
Yeah,
okay. Well, I think we should probably head over to Horace's place. That'd be the best place to get some work, and also it'd be a decent place for old Trogg and Moony to hold up while we're out making some cash.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Interested in joining in?
I mean, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave Moony alone. So I mean, I might just have to. I'll stay with Moony and my furry friend. If you guys just want to go out and do what you got to do.
All right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Doing a little split party action.
I could use something other than my berries.
My furry friend, what do you like to eat? We can go grab something grab some grub. Oh, you don't say frog legs. That's messed up.
Oh, never.
Well,
never.
Arch and I know a couple good places in the area if you need a recommendation.
Anything not particularly with meat. Veggies or fruit.
Yeah, I mean, there's an organic vegan place around the corner.
I don't dip that low.
Well, there's a couple places we could probably recommend. The Chum Bucket, the Slop Bucket. They have a theme here.
Maybe the Slop Bucket. Sounds similar. I'll see what I can find.
Yeah. All right. Well, Archie, you were saying we can probably find a place to stay at Horace's. Do you think he would let us, all four of us, stay there? Or?
Right. Well, I mean, he does owe me quite a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if he lets us hole up there for a day or two before we head off into the mountains.
All right. Well, we have pen and paper, right? Can we draw these guys just a quick map? When you get to Horace's, you can't just walk right in, I imagine, because we had to go through a whole thing, right, to prove that we were who we were.
Right. Well, he's also met our friends here.
Horace has, but that's not to say that all of his men.
Right. They probably have been.
There, you do know that there is a password to get in.
Right. We were just about to say there's a password that you'd have to.
Right. We can give him the password.
Yeah. What is the password? You should remember, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's Fringo Dingo.
Fringo Dingo. That's right. Yeah. Your password's Fringo Dingo.
So that'll get you in, I guess.
So you say the password, it's Fringo Dingo.
Right. Fringo Dingo.
And you also know that Archie's sort of base of operations, the front from the outside is a tavern called Chug's.
Like the boat.
No, Chug with a CH. Is there a boat called a Chug?
I thought you said Tugs.
I also thought you said Tug.
All right, that was my fault then. Chugs. CHUGGS.
But the locals do call it the Chug and Tug. So there's a couple different things you can do there.
You totally missed out the Tug and Chug.
Oh, God. I would like to go there first.
There's an activity available for
when you really need to tug. It's been a stressful few days.
Well, I guess we're off to the old chugger.
All right, Chug and Tug it is.
Who's all going there now? Is it everybody, or is it just going to be Archie and Kid?
It's going to be real awkward if all four of us go because we just said goodbye and now we're all walking.
Right.
My fine furry friend, are we gonna go to the Tug and Chug? Are we gonna go get some grub?
Let's do some grub. I'm down for some grub.
We'll go to the was it the slop bucket? All right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Slop Bucket. They have a great special. They do a different one every day of the week, so just make sure when you ask whoever's there, they can give you all the details. I'm sure.
And tell him you want it extra sloppy.
Can do.
All right.
Well, Ian's like, I worked really fucking hard.
No, I was letting you guys fill in the gaps. I didn't plan anything for this fucking city. So, group separates. Archie and Kid go their separate ways. And Trogg and Moony. Archie, you know where you're going. You've been here before.
Right.
Meander sort of through. If you have the map is still up, we'll just say it's sort of in this bottom portion, like the southern part of the city. Oh, maybe like
one of the islands or over, like even further down.
So there's like the island, and then it's below the island.
Okay, it's below the island. All right.
Yeah, sort of on like the right-hand side, sort of that area. You walk there, it's maybe like a good 20, 30 minutes, and you find yourself outside Chug's.
Ringo Dingo.
Right.
You say to a closed door.
Right. Yeah. I imagine you'd probably have to go to the back door, the back entrance.
Oh, I've been with you here before. I was just practicing.
Oh, okay.
He's actually going to the back entrance now.
Now, we'll enter the establishment. Saunter up to the old barkeep. Knock 3 times on the bar. Ringo Dingo.
Barkeep looks over you. He has an eye patch on. Sort of an older human, missing a fair amount of teeth. But as soon as he hears you say, Ringo Dingo, he opens up the bar, has one of those like little, I don't know. Anyway, open up the bar. You guys can walk back in, and there's a doorway in the back that you can go into and down.
Now, when we enter, I don't know what kind of work old Horace is going to have for us, but you okay with the usual, or do we want to be a little bit less stabby, shooty?
I think it'd be good to break things up. I mean, if we could get into some kind of job that doesn't require us torturing or killing someone, I think I'd be okay with that. Just to variety, I think is important to spice of life.
Right. Gotta keep it spicy.
But I would say, if it's something that's quick, it doesn't have to be a tremendous payoff. But if we can get out of here in the next 24 hours or so.
I hear what you're saying. All right, so I'll enter looking for Horace. Do I see him around anywhere?
Well, you go down these stairs from behind the bar. It's sort of, if you can almost imagine like the Thieves Guild from Skyrim, it's almost like that sort of setup without the open sewers. But there's like another sort of like private bar down there. Some tables. There's some people sitting there drinking. Some people you recognize, some people you don't recognize. But you don't see Horace.
I'll walk up to the second bartender.
Now, the second bartender is a person you know. He's a very slender elf. I mean, it's hard to tell with elves, but he looks quite young. Sort of long, silvery hair. Oh, and his name is Yannis. Yannis.
Wow, that is very similar to...
That's going to be a really fun word to say in an Australian accent. Yannis.
We have Yannis for Moony, and Yannis is this guy.
Man, maybe I subconsciously just stole the shit out of that name. We're going to leave it for now, because, yeah, it's fine. I don't think we'll confuse this guy with Derek's maybe wife.
Yannis, the big woman.
Yeah.
I do like watching Jesse try to pronounce Yannis right now. With his mic muted.
just me taking different ways to do the hard A. Yeah.
This guy, generally speaking, is sort of like I don't want to say like he's not just a bartender. You guys would know who he is. At least Archie would. He's sort of like not necessarily like a secretary, but he like knows what the jobs are, and he's kind of like Horace's sort of like assistant, second in command almost.
Like the black.
So he knows
John
what, yeah. I mean, he knows what the jobs are. He knows what needs done, and like the payment. So.
Like to, saunter up to the bar. Hey, how we doing there, Yannis?
Oh, Archie, you're back already. He's an effeminate German man, apparently.
I love it.
Keep it up. I like
I
it.
never want to leave.
Yeah.
Long time no see. There's already some weird sexual tension between the two characters. Really bizarre.
Yeah, well, we're back now. And honestly, there, Giannis, we're looking for some work. If you know of anything quick and easy.
Well, first of all, it's great to see you, and I love what you're doing with your hair.
Oh, thank you. Spent hours. Oh, looking for work, eh? There's not much that needs doing. You've been gone for so long. We've contracted stuff out to other people.
Right, I understand that, but come on, throw me a bone. We've always gone back quite a few years there, Giannis.
Well, I suppose there's one job you could do.
Right. What are we talking about?
That ship that is recently coming to Stillwell, the Queen Celeste. It's not much of a problem, but seeing as we control most of the wineries and the meaderies in Stillwell, but this ship carrying many exotic bottles from DRAUMR and other places. I don't know. I don't drink. Anyway, it's a very large shipment of alcohol, of some wines and meads. They're starting to undercut our prices a little bit. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if some of that shipment ended up in the bay.
What about the ship? Is any importance that goes by unscathed? Or is it just the alcohol that you want to target?
Oh no, don't burn the ship down.
Well, I didn't say burn. I meant burn.
Well, I've heard what happened last time you were on the ship.
Fair enough.
No killing, no burning. Low key.
And this exotic alcohol, is it worth anything in its own? Would old Horace there be interested in purchasing some off of us if we happen to have some sticky fingers?
Too obvious, I think. He wouldn't be able to resell it. They would know.
Right.
They would know where we got it from.
Right, I suppose you're right there.
You can drink it yourself if you like. But
well,
well, it might be something more interesting. What is the payment?
Payment 30 gold.
30 gold to throw some booze into the harbor. I don't think that sounds too hard. What are we looking at crew-wise? Are they a rough and tumble bunch? A bunch of pussies?
Just merchants. Why you don't need to kill anybody? They're not going to fight.
All right.
Works for us. You have a timeline?
Sounds
Like to have this done? We'd have it done soon, but is there a particular time that that they might set off, or?
Well, they just got here this morning, but they're presumably going to bring the bottles to market in the evening by tomorrow. So, be much easier, I think, to get it off the ship than get it once it's already out into the city.
All right, we should probably do it now. I would have liked to do it under cover of darkness, but I don't want to risk them unloading the boat too soon.
No, I get that. All right. Yeah, consider us interested. And before we go, just a real quick, it can wait until we get back. It was good seeing you again.
Pleasure is all mine.
We'll turn and walk away from the bar.
Once we get outside, are you thinking what I'm thinking with that alcohol? I mean, we have a bag of holding.
Right. We could load it up and make some money elsewhere.
either make money selling it or keep it for ourselves. And now we have an unlimited supply of booze that we can take with us anywhere we go.
Right.
That
Well,
can help with trading. That can help us making friends. If we.
Yeah. Might not be a bad idea.
Who has the bag of holding, by the way?
I think Derek has it.
Well,
I never had that. I only had
you never had it?
The oil thing. That's the only thing I had.
Well, then it's one of us because we came upstairs.
Yeah, I didn't take it.
Samuel's rubbing his hands together.
All I have is his ball, so it must be you then.
Right. Well, then it's me.
I totally forgot I had this.
Yeah, the sack key.
It's like when you lose your car keys, but they're in your hand the whole time.
Right.
Well, you are a lot more stealthy than I am.
Right.
I have the option to pop in and out of my vessel if I need to, but I can't move while I'm in that form. So I figure if we stay close, or if I start to make too much noise, I can pop into that and pop back out once we get inside the ship, or I can go up and talk to them and just cause a distraction, start talking, and get their attention my way if you want to sneak in through a porthole or something in fact.
That might not be a bad idea. I say first we case this joint out and see what we can see before we start in. You don't want to go into a job like this blind, especially when we're trying to do it quiet and easy.
Couldn't agree more. All right. So we're going to head over that way if we want to jump over to the other guy.
Yep, make our way to the docks.
Okay, so you guys start heading back to the docks. Moony and Trogg, you guys have just seen Archie and Kid walk away off into the crowd.
Well, there we go. Let's hope that they actually have some good luck. Last couple times I've hung around with that Archie fella. We haven't been very too successful, so Godspeed.
Yes, that one I am not too sure about. Less friendly than the bigger one. Good luck to them, though. I'm ready to eat.
All right, it's the first furry and frog adventure here, so let's get this done. Let's go get some food. You want to go to the Slop Bucket? Let's head over there. Or do you want to go to the Yellow Bucket or the what was the other one? The Chum Bucket.
The Chum Bucket. Yes, we can head there later. Yes, Slop Bucket first.
Well, you guys wander around Stillwell for a bit. It's not very difficult to find, and it does seem surprisingly popular. But you do come across the Slop Bucket. There's kind of a line. There's kind of a line out the door. It's more of like it's not like a sit-down place. It's sort of like almost like a working man's lunch place. You know, people come up, they get their food, and they take it off. So there's sort of like a line out the door of people going and getting their food.
As we're waiting in line, however long it is, I just want to ask Trogg, while we're here, I noticed there is a larger population compared to Kusa. How do you manage? You don't look nervous at all.
I mean, back in my home place, I mean, you just get kind of used to there being so many people around you because we got, I guess I never really talked too much about it, but I'll tell you here, so I like to call it the tribe is what it is. We're called the Foo Tribe. Everyone there is pretty cool, but there's a lot of people. Everyone's always surrounding me, so I mean, you just get kind of used to being around a lot of people. I don't really know too much there about you there, my furry friend. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your name? What's your sign?
Name unknown. Sign. I don't know. Are there D&D signs?
I mean, there are constellations, but
no, but in a real note here. So I mean, tell me a little bit about your home. I mean, is it you got a lot of people there? Is it just like 3 or 4 of you?
Oh, it is to me very very beautiful. Quite foggy. But it is nice with the trees just gliding overhead. A decent amount of people, but yes, the issue is we are all the same. So it is hard to get used to the other ones that can also walk, besides the animals.
Oh, I see what you mean. I didn't understand your question the first time. I thought you just meant you didn't like being around a whole lot of people. Yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to it. Actually, once I left the food tribe is when the first time I saw one of these like standing people, the weird hairless ones, the humans.
Mm.
Yeah, they kind of freaked me out a little bit at first. They just something with their opposable thumbs. It kind of freaked me out the first time, but
And they're too dry, way too dry.
very dry, very dry. But it took a little bit of getting used to there. You just gotta keep a little bit of distance from them. Can't exactly trust them too much. I mean, like we kind of discussed. They did some pretty fucked up things before I saw with my people, or kind of my people, if you know what I mean. It'd be like them like doing something like a bunny rabbit. That's kind of like what you are.
I will take no offense. Keep going.
As you guys are having this conversation, from the restaurant you hear like a crashing sound. There's two people that just sprint by you, and you hear someone from inside the restaurant shouting, thief, thief, someone help me, someone catch those brats.
Do they run by us?
Yeah, they run by the line. They're running down into the city.
Well, I think it's the first time for a frog and furry adventure here, so let's go after these guys. We can get the food later. I'm sure they'll hook us up, because, I'm all about the free meal.
Stand there for a second. I guess so. My first notice, is anybody else chasing, or is it just those two running?
It's those two running. Most of the people in the line are sort of just like, shocked. Not like shocked. But, if you saw someone steal something from like a convenience store and run out, sort of like, what the fuck just happened? Sort of shocked.
Maybe this will give me a better understanding. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so from where you guys are, on like the center island, sort of, and it looks like they're making their way to one of the bridges. It looks like connecting to the southern part of the city.
Okay.
And they're running.
Are they moving pretty quick? Are we able to catch them?
So you know the direction they're running. So I guess maybe Dex is better. Give me a Dex.
19.
Moony, are you rolling as well?
Yeah, is he just going for one person?
Well, they're kind of just next to each other. So if you're chasing one, you're chasing the other.
Okay, what I would like to do... Wait a minute. Before we go too far, do I have any understanding of magical powers here? Is this a no-go here also? Was I told this on the ship?
Yeah, I think someone last session did mention, actually, that Stillwell, obviously, like, it's not restricted in the same way as it is in the Empire. Like, obviously, if you start, like, charming shopkeepers, they're going to take offense to that, but
in that case,
just using magic in general isn't going to get you in trouble.
Okay. In that case, I want to use Thorn Whip and go for whoever I can grab. Just grab their feet. Just try to pull them in.
Okay, what do I have to roll? Is that a dexterity saving throw for the person getting?
I just need to do a melee spell attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
And that'll be a 17.
That does in fact hit.
All right.
Trogg, you go sprinting off surprisingly fast for how short you are. You still have the two boys. They're both boys. Two boys in your sight. So Trogg, you're sprinting after them. You get about 5 feet away from them when you see this thorny whip just shoot by you, wrap around one of the boys' ankles and trip him up as he gets sort of slowly dragged back. The other boy's still running. You're about 5 feet away from the other boy.
I'm gonna do hideous laughter. at him. He has to do a save throw of 13 wisdom.
Ooh, natural 20.
That is.
So you stop the cat's hideous laughter. It is kind of in a crowd. You're sort of getting jostled around a bit as people are sort of, pushing by. You're in a more crowded area, so someone running around doesn't necessarily alarm people, especially younger kids and such. So with all the jostling around you can't quite get the spell off. He's starting to disappear into the crowd. You can still see him, but now he's about 20 feet away. As the other boy is still getting slowly reeled back in by Moony. He's like sort of on the ground, like screaming, trying to like claw forward.
As he sees my face just approaching.
Yeah, basically.
I'm just gonna try to keep up with him at this point.
Roll me another dex.
14.
You can keep pace with them. You close the gap a bit. Give it about 10 feet at this point. The kid's basically on the bridge going to the southern part of the city. There's still lots of people on the bridge, but it's sort of just like a straight shot.
Am I close enough to lunge at him? Keep in mind, I'm a frog, so I can hop pretty good.
That's true. Don't you have like a special, what's your jump? Isn't it like 25 feet or something ridiculous?
I think it's 20.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. So as you see him sort of approaching the bridge, you make one last ditch, like leap at him. You do manage to get to him. So what are you gonna do once you get there? You're gonna try to like grapple him?
Yes.
Okay, so after your leap, then so you basically land on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Because if I land on him, I want to do like the tongue wrap around.
For the grapple, then. So you do land basically like on him for the most part. For grapple, I think you need to roll a strength. Yeah, an athletics check against his athletics.
18 plus 1.
Oh, yeah, there's no fucking chance. Yeah, you got a 3. So you make this really massive leap. You basically land right on this kid's back. And just exactly said, you wrap him up. And he's sort of struggling, but he's not strong enough to break free. At this point, Moony, you basically got the other kid. Like, you're basically just like looming over him while he's on the ground, like obviously terrified of this monster.
What did you steal?
Please don't eat me.
I don't eat. What did you take?
We just took a little bit of money.
Give it back.
I don't have it. My friend had took all of it.
Well, then we wait here until he returns.
Whatever you say. You notice a small little trickle of urine going down his pant legs. And now that you see him, you would estimate that he's maybe about 14 to 15 years old.
Yeah, you'll see my eyes raise just a bit. I will pull the thorn whip back and just have him just sitting nearby as I wait for Trogg.
Okay. All right, then Trogg, back to you. So you've got this other kid sort of wrapped up, and same thing. Now that you're up close and personal, you can see that he's on the younger side.
Did I wrap him with my tongue or not?
Yes.
Hey, my guy. What do you think we're doing?
He didn't say anything really. He's just like panting, struggling, trying to like get out of his tongue.
Hey, you can't quit.
He's very slowly like moving forward, and you're trying to like stop him from moving, and you're just like slowly getting dragged, even though he's still wrapped in your tongue.
It's definitely harder for you if you keep struggling. Then fall down and stop, and we'll talk about it.
Let go of me, you freak!
I can do this all day.
I'm gonna wait a couple seconds. If Trogg doesn't show up, I'm gonna start walking. I'll grab the boy by his shirt,
Carrying him like a kitten almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go off in the direction that you saw Trogg running to. I mean, he's out of sight now, but you sort of try and guess at where he was going. This other boy still is just like struggling. It's like, I don't know what you're saying. Just let me go.
So I'm on top of him?
You could be if you wanted to, yeah.
Because if not, then I was just going. If I just have him with my tongue, I just want to plant my feet and just kind of pull him back.
Make me a strength check.
That's a 9.
Well, he rolled a natural 1, so no problem. So he's still sort of struggling forward. You plant your feet, you yank your head back, and the kid just goes tumbling backwards and basically lands prone on his back right in front of your feet.
I'm gonna make my way over to him and take my tongue off of him. And my guy, why you gotta do these bad things and you steal? I mean, you if you need something, you can talk to people. You don't gotta do these bad things. But listen to your buddy Trogg. He's you can do good things.
He's sort of looking up at you with a mixture of, as you unwrap your tongue from him, of like wonder and disgust.
Stand up. Tell me what your name is.
You're not gonna lick me again, are you?
No, I won't lick you again. But if you try to run, then the tongue might come out again. You never know.
All right. Sen. My name is Sen.
Can't do it. Stand.
I'm choosing hard names for you guys today.
As I see Trogg and the kid, I want to show up as the tongue is still around the boy, and Trogg has pulled him underneath, and he's laying on his back as the tongue starts to loosen up. I don't say anything. I'm just watching. In my head, I'm just thinking, it is too early for this. And I will show up as they're talking.
So yeah, as you're talking to Sen, you see Moony come wandering forward, 7 feet tall, holding this other boy by like the scruff of his shirt.
I got this kid, but he has nothing that they stole.
Sen, you got the stuff that you took? Come on, put it here.
Sen reaches into his trouser pockets, pulls out a small bag of coins.
Oh, you try to take some money? I mean, have you tried to earn money before?
Tried. No one wants to hire a young kid like me, though.
Well, see, here's what you don't gotta work. I've never worked a day in my life. I just put on a little show for everybody, and that's just how you do it.
Yeah, but you can do that cool thing with your tongue.
The ladies do like that. Don't I tell you what? But that's not what I do. I'm gonna pull out the bagpipes and listen here, kids. You don't gotta.
Classic bagpipe sound.
I'm working on the bagpipes.
This is my favorite. As I'm still holding the kid.
That kid is still obviously terrified as well. Like he's just shaking, really nervous. He's almost as sweaty as you are with how nervous he is.
Good.
Gotta make these people moist.
I'm gonna play you a little song, and then that was it. I want to pull out my tree skin flute, and here you go. If you practice at this, I tell you what, you can make a whole lot of money. I think you've had such a rough time here. I think if you had someone to lead you down the right path, maybe not do such shitty bad things. Just play blow the skin flute, the tree skin flute, and you'll be everyone will love you. All the guys will love you. I tell you that. And I want to give him the tree skin flute.
Okay. He takes it from you. He's sort of examining it a little bit. Can you show me how to play it? I've never played music in my life before.
I can. I'll try to show you here, but you gotta feel it in your heart. The music come to you, and you just gotta roll with it, and then. My song.
As you're talking, you sort of examine it, trying to play a little bit, learn a few tunes.
All these instruments sound the same.
I know.
Oh, weird.
The true artistry. What's your name, sir? Frog?
The name's
Can we call you
Frog
sir?
the Frog. Yeah, you can call me sir. Just don't call me a toad.
All right,
but
sir.
throw the frog.
I'll do my best to practice every day.
But I like
Also,
the,
could you ask your friend to put my friend down? He looks like he's about to die.
Not yet. I'd like to turn him towards me. What is your name?
Like I'm not. My name's Bran.
Bran. I am sorry, I am not one with the money. But if you wish to be successful like me, may I suggest gardening some kind of food?
Yeah, of course, whatever you say, yeah.
And out of my loincloth, I'm gonna pull out 5 good berries and place them in one of his hands.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. One of them will feed a person for an entire day. You may want to dry it off first. It was a pleasure doing business with you. And I'll set him down.
It's basically once you put him down, his legs are just really weak. He kind of just like passes and falls on his ass. Just like looks dazed a bit.
Trogg, do we take them back or leave them?
Well, we got the coins here. Let's just take them back. We let the boys go. I think, Sam, you just keep on practicing your skin flute, your tree skin flute. You make me that promise that you're gonna practice that, and maybe you can be better than me one day. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. And you, the sweaty little guy that fell over, I want to beat your pants a little bit. If you might want to change your pants. If you just keep on gardening, that'd be good too. You don't even need to steal food, then you can grow it yourself. I mean, that just makes sense to me. I don't know, but if you guys promise that you keep on doing what we told you, and you don't do this stuff, then you can go.
I promise. We'll do our best.
Poverty.
Play the skin flute and grow your own food.
No land.
Play the skin flute and plant your seed.
Yeah.
I am proud of you both.
This is the shittiest after-school special.
And remember, kids, don't do drugs.
I pull up a chair and sit on it backwards.
As I'm staring at, as they talk to me, I want to lick my eye and just freak him out.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially the kid that Moody put down. I mean, he's like on the verge of passing out.
All right, now get along, get going. I don't want to see your face around here, except for maybe in a couple years after you hit it big. But you got a big garden, you're like the next music star. But get on.
Thank you, Sir Trogg. And he kind of half picks him up, half drags his friend over the bridge, and they disappear from view into the crowd.
I'm gonna look at Mooney. I think that was the best furry frog adventure we could ever have, and I want to go for a high five.
I will high five. That was turned out better than I thought it would. Nobody's really paying attention.
I like to think that for your high five, Mooney put his hand really high up, and then Trogg had to do his 20-foot jump.
You use your tongue. It looks like we helped save those kids. I guess food time now.
Yeah, we help the human youth. So I think we deserve some food now. Let's get going.
Let's do it. I bet the food tribe never did it as well as that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There was whenever any of the army and stuff that we had, which our army, they would call it the Foo Fighters.
They. He's been sitting on that.
I'm gonna be really mad if you were planning that for a while.
That's why you named your tribe the Foo.
Yeah, so the commander, his name was
Man,
his name was Roll, but I just called him Dave all the time. But he was a fantastic guy. His second in command, his name was Kahung. He was pretty cool too. But they were great guys.
Well, as you guys have this conversation, you make your way back to the crowd, back to the slop bucket. So by this point, you guys have made it to the docks.
that walk took a lot longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, I think we got turned around somewhere. But
All right. Well, do we want to just do a little walk, little look around,
little
walk and talk?
At least we should see what we can see. Get a lay of the land at least.
That works for me. So while we're walking around, we've kind of talked about this before, but what you kind of just took me in under your wing. Is there something like a plan that you had in mind, like an ultimate end goal for yourself, like somewhere you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, or like what's the goal for you here?
Right now, I just want to build up some money, build up some coffers, and maybe one day be able to find a little place out in the middle of nowhere and buy a home and retire. The assassin's life, it's not always the safest, if you know what I'm saying. So eventually you got to get out.
Wow, I did not peg you as someone who was interested in a life in retirement. I figured you would just be one that would go out in a blaze of glory or something. Really, you think you'd be happy doing that? Sitting in a cabin with nothing going on, someone to talk to.
Well, maybe one day. Right now, I just want to kind of stab some stuff. I'm gonna itch my skin a little bit.
All right. Well, maybe one day you'll meet that special someone, and I'm going to use detect thought. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, I think maybe this is the ship in question. What are we looking at?
So yeah, the Queen Celeste, you see it just emblazoned on the side. It's a merchant ship, not exceptionally extravagant by any means, but it looks quite nice. There are people coming on and off, moving crates around, boxes. I mean, the port in Stillwell is pretty much always bustling, and this ship is no exception. People coming on, coming off, moving boxes around, loading, unloading.
All right. How many people does it look like that we can see moving around up here?
Well, so the ship is, if you look on the map, this ship is sort of in the top. It's not on the big, long docks. It's sort of the one in the top right corner, sort of. So that ship, you can see there's people on the top deck. It's hard to say how many because it's a bit above you. There's maybe about 4 or 5 dock workers and sailors that you can see, different unique ones coming on and off loading stuff. So at least you could estimate maybe at least 8 to 9, including the top deck and the workers.
Do you still have that grappling hook, the one that we used on the other ship?
You know it.
Well, kind of what I had in mind, and feel free to give me notes. I think I might be able to try to talk myself on board, just to seem like a prospective customer interested in buying their a drink or two before they unload it. I think I'm going to try to convince them to let me onto the ship to make this sale, and that way I get an idea of where it's located, and that way you don't have to spend a whole lot of time running around a bunch of different places trying to find where it is. I can just tell you right wherever it's coming. So
yeah, that seems like a pretty good idea.
And if I'm able to get inside, maybe if there's a nearby porthole or something, I could prop it open, or just to give you a little bit, or if a door needs to remain open or whatever it is. I'm going to kind of judge it when I get there, but that's what I had in mind.
Well, the only thing is, I hope that it's kind of common knowledge that they're selling alcohol, because if you kind of go up there and just be like, hey, I want to buy you booze, and they're like, fucking nobody knows we sell booze. they could be just all fucking pissed. So,
I think I can play that off. I mean, at the end of the day, they're here to make a sale. So,
right,
they
right. I suppose you're
they
correct.
want
But
customers to know. So, but I think I could swing it.
just remember, don't light anybody on fire, and no reckless killings.
I'm gonna be Scout's honor. I'm gonna be as good as you have ever seen me.
And I'm going to sneak off into the shadows and try to be hidden.
I'm not gonna let you down again.
You say to nobody.
Yeah, there's no one there. I am going to take my hat off and put it in my pack. So the rest of my dangerous stuff away, and I'm gonna start heading toward the dock, heading toward the ship.
Okay, yeah, you can walk up to it. I mean, the workers are working. They're mostly just ignoring you. They go about their tasks.
I'm gonna see if I can wave one of them down. Hey, bro.
What do you want?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I was in the neighborhood. I had heard that there's some good stuff that I could buy off your ship. Family's real rich, man. Just wanted to see if you had any of that. You know, you know, you know. I heard this
Me
ship's
if
a
I
place.
sell drugs.
No, man. I mean, if you have any, I'm not gonna. No, no. I'm a big partier. You maybe have heard of me. My name is Phil uh, Dupa. My family uh, invented the wheel. That's
Phil Dupa.
Make a persuasion.
All right. That is a 19.
The wheel.
Not like in the immediate family, like several generations ago, but you've like heard of the wheel, right? That's my family, so it's funny over the ages.
All right, yeah, whatever. You invented the wheel.
I'll take the credit. I invented the wheel.
What do you want?
Still rolling in that wheel money.
I can't get over the wheel. Yeah, that's my family.
That's me.
No, but anyway, I was in town doing a
The Chad Miles.
massive trip to all these different places along the coast, hitting up with a whole bunch of cool peeps, and I heard that there was some really cool drink that I'd be able to buy, and that's why I'm here talking to you now.
All right, give me 1 sec. You got to talk to the captain about that.
Hey, absolutely, man.
He basically just walks by you. I mean, he's carrying stuff. So he walks by you, puts his stuff down, you see him go back into the ship.
I'll follow him up.
Oh, he tells you to wait when he sees you trying to get on the walk up like the gangplank. So just wait here.
Well, I can. Are you sure? I mean, maybe
Sure.
All right, I can wait here. All right, cool.
And you wait maybe 5 minutes or so, and then you see the same worker come back down with more boxes. And behind him is a guy who he's much more well dressed than the average sailor workers. And he comes up to you, and
About time, bro. I've been sitting here for like an hour. Time is money, after all.
well, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. I noticed a whole lot of people carrying things in and out of your ship. Just to let you know, it'd be a lot easier if you had like a push cart or something. You know those things on the bottom. I did that. My family did that. The Dupas. Maybe you've heard of us.
Not sure I follow. Anyway, you
The wheelman.
mentioned something about business.
Yeah. So, a little bit about me first. I'm from the island of Corleone. Family has a summer house over there. It's really cool. We got a whole lot of money. I've been doing this trip on all these different cities along the coast, banging hot chicks and doing all kinds of fun stuff. Anyway, I heard that there was some good alcohol that you guys had brought in. I wanted to see if I can get my hands on some.
Well, of course, only the finest meads from Rockford.
Well, I think I'll be the judge of that. I've drank a lot. I'm basically a connoisseur of being drunk. But here's the deal. From what I understand, the families aren't 12 holy people that we bring in to teach us about alcohol. They said that the transportation of the alcohol is just as important as the stuff itself. So I need to make sure that it's in good condition when you guys bringing it over and all that shit. Don't want it to be sitting around with the mice,
Make me another persuasion. I would say just for the record, I was gonna let you go in without a persuasion roll until you mentioned the 12 holy men. That was too outlandish.
No, like how rich people like hire like fucking magi and fucking
The 12 holy men of the alcohol.
Yeah, the 12 holy men of the alcohol.
like gurus and shit. We're like those kind of rich people. I rolled a 13, by the way.
He sort of raises an eyebrow. He doesn't really quite know what to make of you, but business is business. Says, come aboard, you can try a few. See if we can't work something out.
All right, it'd be my pleasure.
Turns around, goes back up the gangplank, and you're free to follow.
Nice. You guys got any chicks? Just a bunch of dudes floating around.
No. Bad luck to bring a woman on board.
I think that's a bit sexist. I think you need to be more tolerant. All right, I'm following.
You've been a total Chad the entire time, and now you're like, that's sexist.
I want him to be a hardcore frat boy, but
not that hardcore.
Super inclusive.
Yeah.
You're like the white knight
bitches,
principal from South Park.
Yes.
PC principal.
Yeah, PC principal.
Well, why don't you come to my quarters and we can tickle your taste buds.
All right, quarters are fine. I'd like to see where they're stored too. Like I had said, don't want the one of the gurus that we have hired at our summer home and Orlone says that rich alcohol can't be next to the poor alcohol, or else the poorness will rub off. So I just need to make sure that your good stuff isn't next to your poor stuff.
Our alcohol is only the finest quality.
I'll be the judge.
No bottom shelf liquors on board this ship. But when you said you want to go see how it's stored, that business is business. He'll go below deck.
As I'm going below deck, I want to try to take note of how many sailors and people. Like we got an idea of 8 or 9, but I just want to see if there's no extra guards or anything hidden along the way.
As far as you can see, it's still about 8 or 9 people.
All right.
So the captain leads you below deck, leads you back into basically a storeroom. It's only it's a bit of a smaller ship, so they don't have like the 3 decks. Basically, just the 2 decks, the top deck and below deck. So on the one end, you have what appears to be like the crew's quarters, and on the other end is sort of like a storeroom. And so he sort of takes you back towards the storeroom. It's not like it's not guarded or anything. It's not really. There is a lock. He unlocks the door and pulls it open.
Mm-hmm. On the way to the storeroom,
barrels and bottles and boxes and such.
Are there any? There's no portholes or anything in this room.
There are portholes. There's cannons on the ship. You imagine even merchant ships have to be able to protect themselves. Right. So there are portholes.
In the supply room itself?
In the storeroom, no. Not directly in the storeroom.
All right. Are the portholes are open? Or are they the ones that shut?
These ones are open.
Hey, this is a really nice joint you got down here. You can bring like a whole bunch of bitches. I don't mean that in like a sexist way. I just mean like I call everyone bitches. You can have a ton of bitches.
Captain ignores you. Pulls up 2 glasses. There is a table in the storeroom, sets them on the table. He walks over to one of the barrels and sort of uncorks it and fills up both the glasses with what appears to just be like honeyed mead.
You do Jaeger bombs?
If I've ever heard of that.
Jaeger bombs. You do Jaeger bombs?
Never heard of a Jaeger bomb.
Oh man, I can show you a thing or two. But let's try this stuff. I like the way that it looks.
Well, down the hatch. He takes his and he just. It's not like a full glass. It's like kind of like a slightly larger shot glass, like a tasting glass almost.
I spit it all over the place. This is fucking nasty. You sell people this shit?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not to your liking.
Jeez Louise. What kind of price tag you throw on one of these piles of shit?
Whole barrel. You're not getting a whole barrel for anything less than 450 gold.
I think I'm going to need some time to think about this. Talk to the family accountant, see if I can buy your whole store, everything you own.
Well, it's all going to be off the ship by tonight, so best hurry and make a decision. Not going to be here
I
forever.
host a lot of mutually consensual orgies, and we'd like our alcohol present. So I will find.
I feel like you've lost the plot of them.
All right, I'm going to take some time to think about this, and I'll be back.
On your leave.
You're a real cool bro. Stay true.
He fist bumps you.
And, thanks, and think about getting some bitches that'll really liven this place up. I'm going to leave. Start walking.
Okay. Right, walk back off the ship.
I'm going to go back to where I was before, where I had last seen Archie.
Just appears out of the shadows. Just
Well, should be an actor. First of all, that went extremely well. I made a lot of friends. And also, and I'm going to explain to him where the storeroom is located, that there's a lock at the door, that the initial count of 8 to 9 sailors was accurate, and there are open porthole windows right outside the store. And there's
very good. Yeah, very good.
It's going to be unloaded by night's end, so whatever we're doing, we're going to obviously have to do it soon.
We're burning daylight then, and I'm going to start towards the ship. I'm going to start looking. Is there any way that I can kind of sneak off into some shadows, or is there any way I can approach the ship without being seen?
It'd be very difficult at this point because it's basically noon.
Right.
And like I said, that's sort of in the top right. So there's basically the 2 docks that run along the ship. And there's people on both the docks.
Okay.
Do you need me to do anything else, or do you think you...
I'm just trying to think here. Does it look like the crews are picking up anything and like taking it back onto the ship?
Yeah, there's stuff coming on. So they're loading and unloading different goods and boxes and stuff.
All right. Are there any barrels sitting around?
There's a few, yeah.
Empty ones?
Make an investigation check.
13.
13. You don't find anything that's totally empty. Closest thing to an empty barrel you come across is a barrel that's like half filled with apples.
Half filled with apples? Are they still good?
Yeah. Fresh apples.
All right, kid. Here's the plan. I'm going to climb in this here apple barrel, and you're going to kind of push him over to where they're kind of picking up shit and loading it on. And hopefully they're going to pull me onto the ship and put me down in the lower deck. I'll kind of peek through the bunghole, see if I can see anybody. And once the coast's clear, I'll pop out, open the door, out the porthole will go.
All right. Do you want me to pick this barrel up and drop it off where someone else is going to pick it up? That's right. What my part is. All right. Yeah. I can maybe lift this. I'm going to take out some apples, put it in my pack to lighten the load.
You greedy bastard.
Now 5 apples later. All right, I think I can totally carry this now.
Right. With my additional weight in it.
What if I move the barrel and then you get inside?
Well, here's the thing. I don't want anyone to see me get inside the barrel.
Oh, so you want... Okay, all right. I'm going to take my hat back off and put it in my... I am now a dock worker!
What is that fucking voice?
Yeah,
I'm going to... I'm going to try to move them.
Yeah, I mean, it's Archie in the barrel already. Or are you moving it first?
I guess I'm in the barrel. He's in the barrel.
I mean, yeah, make me a strength check.
It's all right. I'm strong.
Unless it's catastrophically low, you'll be fine.
22. 19 plus 3.
Yeah, no worries. You can pick the barrel up and move it to sort of where it looks like the loading zone is.
I
I am
only weigh
strong.
40 units.
From picking things up and putting them down, I'm gonna put the barrel somewhere where another person on the ship would carry it on.
Drop the barrel off, no problems. And maybe after about 10, 15 minutes of waiting around, Kid, you can see one of the dock workers lift it up. Archie, you can feel yourself getting lifted and sort of bouncing around a bit as the guy is walking you onto the ship.
All right. Okay, everything's going according to plan. Can I kind of hear what's going on around me?
Yeah,
I don't imagine
the barrel
barrels are
not that thick. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wait until I get set down somewhere.
Yeah, so it doesn't take too long. Maybe about a minute of being carried around. There's a sort of one last final groan of exertion, and you hear the sound of a door closing behind you. Well, in front of you, but
Okay.
from outside.
All right. I'm gonna sit there for a second. Can I hear any other movement around me?
Make a perception.
You just gotta look out the bunghole.
Oh, I plan on popping the bung out and peeking out the bunghole. 13.
You don't hear anybody. You hear people moving on the top deck, but as far as you can tell, below deck, you don't hear anybody.
Okay. I'm gonna feel around inside the barrel. Can I locate the bung?
Yeah, not too hard.
All right. Gonna pop it out. And can I look
Pop it
through?
out. A little bit of light is streaming through. You don't see anybody inside the storeroom. I mean, it's basically a wooden wall with a wooden door that you're facing. You wouldn't know if there's anyone behind you necessarily, but you don't hear anybody.
All right. I'm going to kind of push on the lid. Hopefully no one secured it above me.
No, you push the lid comes off. Easy peasy. You can pop out.
I'll climb out. Looking around, what do I see?
You see various barrels, crates, some of those sort of open-ended boxes. You can see bottles sticking out the top.
Okay, so I can reasonably deduce that this is what I'm looking for. I'll pull one of the bottles out. Is it clearly alcohol?
It's a red liquid inside of a glass bottle.
Is it fancy?
The bottle looks very fancy, yes.
All right, I'm gonna start filling up my sack, throwing a couple bottles in.
Well, make me an investigation, first of all.
Okay, I was gonna say I want to keep my ears open for like the sound of approaching footsteps.
Okay,
that'll be a 21. 21.
So you see about 5 of these kind of open-ended crates, and they each have 6 bottles inside them. And you search around the store, but you do also find those barrels that also are filled with what smells like alcohol.
Well, those, I'm just gonna pop the bung open, start letting the liquid gold run out of them. Are we talking like full size kegs? Are we talking pony kegs? Like what kind of barrel are we talking?
They're not full size kegs. They're sort of like the half kegs almost.
But definitely too big for little old me to like put in the sack of holding.
How big is the sack of holding? The diameter?
Did you give us a diameter?
So I was looking up stats for being able to fit the barrel in the bag of holding, and it will be too heavy. Yeah, size-wise, it could fit, but full of a liquid, it won't because it can only hold up to 500 pounds worth of stuff.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, that's right. If it was like
2 feet in diameter,
barrel.
so the barrel's probably. Yeah,
right.
It's not like a full massive keg, but they are like sort of that. So you could maybe fit like 1 or 2 inside, but you would definitely hit the weight limit pretty quick, especially if you're throwing all the bottles in there as well.
Nope, I just want bottles. Then I'm gonna pull bung holes, let that shit just drain on the floor.
Okay, so you pull out all the bung holes you see, liquid pouring out. How many bottles? You can take all the bottles?
I'm gonna a reasonable amount. Anything I feel I don't fit, I'm just gonna topple. Not trying to make too much noise, but
Well, there's, how many did I say? 5 times 6, 30 bottles.
Oh yeah, those are all set.
You can take all 30 bottles if you wanted to.
I'm taking all of them then. I'm taking everything.
Stick them in the bag.
Once I feel like this storeroom has been successfully scuttled, I'm going to kind of tip my hat, pull my little mask up. I'd like to kind of creak open the door and see. Well, first put my ear to the door. Is anyone coming?
Perception check, please.
7.
You don't hear anybody.
I'm gonna creak the door open and try to sneak out. I want to be stealthy boy. Stealth boy, stealth boy.
Stealth boy, roll me a stealth check.
15.
Creak the door open, a crack just enough for you to squeeze out. You see what appears to be on the other end of the ship, like the crew's quarters. On either side of you, you have portholes. Some have cannons, some don't. They're all open, so you see sunlight streaming through them. And as you come out the door, it does sound like someone is starting to walk down from the top deck.
Moving as quickly as I can. I want to go through that porthole. I mean, if I can just dive out through now, I'm gonna go for it. Do I know that, judging by looking at the ship, is this going to be into the ocean? Like if I dive through, am I just going out on the dock?
Yeah, there's docks on either side. You might be able to squeeze into the ocean between the ship and the dock. But I'm gonna make you roll for it if that's what you're trying to do.
That's what I'm going for. I'm gonna try to come out the window and kind of like grab it as I jump through to slow my exit, and then just drop down along the ship into the ocean.
Make me an acrobatics for that maneuver plus aiming yourself.
Okay, acrobatics. Good thing I am proficient in acrobatics.
It's
24.
So you do almost you hoist yourself up onto the sort of take a running jump up to the porthole, sort of flip yourself around as you're coming down to slow yourself, and you go almost straight down, perfectly threading the needle between the dock and the ship, and you're in the ocean.
All right, I'm gonna swim around. Is there any open docks, or is everything pretty much filled, bustling?
Most of them are pretty full. There is sort of like a shipyard you can see not far off from you. I
just want to know, is there anywhere that I can come out of the water that's not going to draw too much attention to this halfling coming out of the ocean?
Apocalypse now.
Yeah.
Apocalypse now, yeah. I mean, from your vantage point, it's quite hard to tell being in the ocean. I mean, the docks are obviously quite high above you.
Okay, well then I guess I'll just I'm looking for a ladder.
Yeah, there's a ladder at the edge of the dock that you just jumped in between. Okay, so if you can swim over there, you're a bit waterlogged, but you can pull yourself up the ladder onto the edge of the dock.
All right, can I catch the kid's eye without walking?
That depends. What have you been doing while he was on the boat?
Oh, so I've kind of been paying attention, but I've also been acting with myself. So one part of me is I am here to kill everyone, and then I'm oh goodness, and then I'm well, I'm here to save the day. I'm the kid. I'm the fastest hand in Talsor. And I'm shooting little eldritch blasts, little things. Just they don't go anywhere, but so I'm kind of just acting with myself. I'm kind of paying attention.
Make a perception check.
All right, that is a 12. I think my perception is 0. That is correct. I rolled a 12.
Being that he's coming up on the other dock, which you might not have expected, and that you're not particularly paying that much attention. Archie, I'm gonna say you can see Kid, but Kid, you don't really notice Archie.
Right. I can tell that he's like not paying attention at all. He's just like fucking off.
Yeah, you can see him like miming, like finger gunning in the air.
When I usually shoot off my Eldritch Blast, that's how I do it with finger guns. Eldritch Blast. But I'm doing little ones.
What am I gonna do with this fucking kid? All right, I'm gonna try to work my way up to him, and I'm gonna purposefully. I'm sneaking up on him. I wanna scare the fuck out of him. So, do you want to stealth roll on this?
Roll me a stealth, and then Kid, roll me another perception.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Actually, yeah, it does, because I'm a goddamn halfling.
You're gonna use your halfling luck just for this.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure it's any time I roll a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I thought it was like once a day or something.
No, lucky. When you roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll. But I must use the roll. Yeah, it's broken, dude. That's a 19 stealth roll, by the way.
Yeah, you sneak up on him. That still doesn't notice you. Now, as you're getting closer, you can hear him going, pew, pew, pew.
I'm gonna pull out one of my daggers, and I'm gonna stab him in the ass. Not like hard, but like just enough to let you know I'm there. And if I wanted to, I could have killed you. Like it draws a little bit of blood.
I will marry you. Oh. What?
All right. So, what did we learn?
What? Did we get what we were here for?
I think we need to get moving. And I'm just going to take off walking. Kind of keeping my head down, moving, darting in between people. I'm making my way downtown, walking fast.
All right. I'm going to go to follow him. But right before I go, I'm going to do one little glance back and one final.
Okay, you guys are heading out from the docks. Trogg and Moony, you guys are making your way back down to the Slop Bucket. The line is much shorter now, but it's still a slight line.
Yeah, let's.
There's maybe like four or five people in front of you at this point, so not many.
We could either hop back in line, or we could announce ourselves and say that we captured the thieves and got the stuff that they took. So.
Oh, that's right. You want to play. Do we need to give that back, by the way? Or are you holding on to it for later?
You know, here's what we do. We'll give it back, and then I'll put on another little performance and try to earn some of it back. You know, try to do things right.
That's right. We have to pay for food. I am not used.
You gotta pay for food.
Not a fan. What do you go for, by the way?
Well, I mean, we'll see what they got here. But, I mean, I'm a real big fan of like crickets and mealworms, maybe some waxworms. When I'm real hungry, I eat some mice, but that's only on special occasions. I really, some sky rats are really good sometime too. Just the smaller ones, but I know that kind of bothers you, furry friend. But just mostly insects is what I like. But if you ever had like a worm or something before, that when you get them in your mouth and it feels real weird.
You animals sometimes freak even me out. You are like the owl that is searching for the flower. I have had worms sometimes before, but only when sleeping. The crunch is a little nice, until I realize what is going on.
So, what do you like to eat? I mean, I see you eat those berries all the time, which I don't know where they come from. Are they like, because you kind of like, you just put your hand out and then they form. Are they like, they just kind of like dingleberries. So, what are they called? Are they called like dingleberries?
The good berries. Yes, they come from inside me. They're very delicious. If you would like a taste, I have a couple in my loincloth.
Well, didn't you tell that little boy guy that if you eat one, then you're not going to be hungry? And right? I wanna eat some food here.
Ah, good point. Yes, I am a little tired of them myself. In general, I eat a bunch of fruit, whatever is available, as well as cooking down vegetation. I hope there's something similar here.
Yeah, they probably got something here. I mean, with a name like Slop Bucket, they probably got something.
So at this point, you guys are at the front of the line, and there's several options. So basically, what it is you pay a certain amount of money, and you can choose it's like 10 silver. You can choose 3 different things. They sort of slop it in, and you're underway.
What are the general colors of each item?
They all, living up to its name, they all just look like various kinds of slop. There's some red ones, some green ones, almost think of like an Indian curry style of food almost. Some yellows, some greens, oranges.
It at least looks better than the usual slop we have been given.
Yeah, the add of the colors really makes it that much more appetizing. What color are you thinking about getting?
Oh, I'm not sure. Excuse me, could I try a little bit of each?
That costs extra.
I don't have any.
Now, don't worry about it, furry friend. I will help you here. Also, I want to let you know, because were you the one that was crying out about the kids that stole the stuff and they were running around and no one did anything except for us, right?
Yeah, those little brats.
Yeah, well, here. And I'm going to throw the coin up to him. Little coin purse.
She'll open it, take one out. She'll bite it. Do the old, sort of checking if it's actually hers or not. All right. Maybe I can give you a discount.
But I like to hear. So, whatever my fine furry friend here wants, we'll take.
All right. Well, one of everything. There's maybe 6 or 7 different things. You're not getting you can tell you're not getting a full portion of all 7, but she does give you all 7. It's almost in a cafeteria style tray.
Yum.
And which one?
They're separate, not all mixed together. But,
which one has the most bugs in it? That's what I want to know.
Are you insulting me?
No, I'm.
I'm a frog.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna lick my eyeball again and be like, can you?
Oh, right. Good point. You'd have more luck going to the docks, probably, if that's what you're looking for. Lots of fishermen.
I'll just take the yellow one.
All right. She gives you a nice heaping portion of yellow slop. With your discount, that'll be 15 silver, please.
I'll go ahead and count out 15 silver.
Okay. She takes it. Well, have a wonderful day, gentlemen. Frog. Gentle frog.
No problem. If you keep an eye on those kids, I think they might have had a change of heart from now on. So don't be so hard on them.
They better have had a change of heart, because next time I see them, my foot's gonna be up their ass.
Well, let's just say, I think the one peed his pants a little bit. The other one, he's gonna be real good at the skin flute, free skin flute.
Yes, he got licked up very well.
Nah, let's leave that part out, my furry friend. But I think they're gonna be good.
They're good boys. But if they steal from me again, my foot's still going up their ass.
Excuse me, is there a nice place to sit? In here or outside?
Go to the park.
The park would be a nice place.
It's across it, but you guys would have walked past the park on your way out from the docks. So.
Let's head over here to the park. Check some things out. You can try all the food. You got any little peppers? Maybe something a little spicy for this slop? I think my furry friend might like a little spice.
Ah. Well, we order some of this pepper sauce from Setsorma. Most folks around here can't handle their spice, but you can give it a try if you want. She pulls out from behind the counter this this jar. It's almost like chili paste, almost.
Yeah, we'll take it. How much for that?
Have another 5 silver, please.
Done.
You know what? Since you helped me out, take it for free.
Even better. Let's go.
Oh, kind. Thank you.
My pleasure, boys, gentlemen.
Frog.
Monster. Okay, so yeah, you guys can grab your food, head up to the park. It's a lovely day. There's people there sitting, people hanging out, just relaxing. It's about midday now, so maybe like 12:30. So, most people are on breaks or just relaxing from the heat. You guys can enjoy your slop.
I'm going to put some of the chili sauce on, and then I'm going to put a little bit on to Mooney's, too. Just kind of slap it on. Slap it on the slap.
Slap on slap. Slap on slap.
Slop on slop.
Before I have any of the chili sauce, I just want to take a bite of each. Do I notice any difference between any of them, or is it mainly just food color?
No, they're all different. They're all different. It's like different sauces, different stuff in each one.
Ooh,
surprisingly high quality for an establishment called the Slop Bucket.
I am impressed. Let me try some of that sauce.
How much are you putting on?
Hashtag slop sauce.
He can do any kind of amount. I rolled a constitution and I got a 6. Moony is not used to spicy.
So even as you're bringing like a spoonful closer to your mouth, as the fumes hit your nose, you already feel like you're in danger. But swallowed anyway. And just almost immediately, you're just on fire. Your mouth is burning, your nose is burning, your eyes are watering.
You are sweaty.
You are sweating more than you usually do.
Trogg, there is horrors around me.
What do you mean, guy? What's wrong?
Everything is fire. I hate fire.
Yeah, I guess the chili sauce will do that to you sometimes. Hey, I got a question for you. I feel like there's a little interview here. So, you have kind of like an aversion to meat, right?
What? So, stop. What? What'd you say?
He's like dying.
What is this, Hot Ones?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hot Ones with Sean Evans, yeah.
No, my fine furry friend. We'll let's get you some get you something to drink. Well, I'll ask you some questions later.
Yes.
All right.
Nearby.
Or like
you guys go off in search of your drink. There is a fountain. There's a fountain in the park.
Oh yeah.
Trogg, you stay here. I'll be back. I dash off towards the fountain. If anybody's in my way, I'm slightly pushing them over.
Yeah, I mean, you're knocking children and old ladies out of the way. You have a single-minded purpose.
I'm gonna start lapping water in, but if it's not enough, I jump inside my entire body.
Oh, and like he sheds. So it's like,
oh, gross. So you see this fountain, you're pushing people out of the way. You basically just cannonball into it. Kids are screaming. It's like a panic. No one knows what's going on. And you're just there. Your tongue's sort of out of your mouth. There's almost like there's steam coming off of you. It seems you're so hot. Yeah, you're in the fountain. You feel cool outside, but your mouth is still on fire.
Just swallowing as much water as I can. Spice still lasting. I jump up from the pool.
You just hear kids screaming, and people are like fleeing the park, running away.
As the spice eventually dies down, I'm going to return to Trogg, just soaking wet. That was kind of fun.
Hey, you want some more?
Yes. So anyway, your questions.
Yeah, I just had a quick question about you. the stuff to eat. So, do you have like an aversion to meat or something?
A personality aversion. That's about it. I could eat it. I wouldn't throw up, but I prefer not. If it's an option.
If you don't mind me asking, but why is that?
It's a family thing. Most furbolgs do not eat meat whatsoever. But I do feel a spiritual connection to any other sort of animal. I could do it if it is necessary, but it breaks my soul just a little bit every time I have to take a bite.
You mentioned souls. Do like plants and stuff have souls? Like, do you feel anything from that?
Anyway,
Because plants are living too.
similar to the spirits that have been wandering around our forests. A heavier energy from them, but plants do have a sort of life that they bring. Hard to see, but easier to feel.
But you don't want to. You don't have any problem, doing that versus, the animals.
I would say not, since we are able to easily plant and grow more. In a way, I think they understand their own life cycle. Whereas it would be hard for me to, say, take 2 raccoons and force them to make another raccoon. Possible, but difficult.
Is this from experience or?
This is the kind of outdoor wisdom I come here for.
Yeah. At heart, it's just a game of philosophy, really.
You're just a filthy, fucking, disgusting Gandalf. That is what you are.
I got very distracted there for a second because there's like hundreds of birds that just flew onto my shed and are now like standing on Route 87. Like I couldn't see out of my window because they were all like flying.
Jeez.
Birds.
Cricket cock fan,
Yeah.
by any chance.
They're coming for you.
Yeah, you can't see for that. But yeah, it's stupid sky rats.
Bad omen. Let's switch over back to Archie and Kid as they make their way back to Chug's.
Right.
Right, I think we need to head back to the old Tug and Chug.
Oh, we're here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
You're right in front of me.
Oh, we're there. All right. Well, you have a back room.
You drink too much on the job.
Yeah, we had that long walk. It took like 20 minutes.
Right, and I'm also sober.
Just completely in silence. I just followed you. You just kept walking
Right.
real fast. Faces passing, and then you were here.
Well, boys, how'd it go?
I'm gonna just start pulling out bottles and setting them on the bar.
Wow, very
Well,
industrious.
The job's been done. So
Right.
You're welcome
You
to
won't
send
have
someone
to,
down there.
Right, and I
fine.
imagine you're gonna hear about it here soon. They're not gonna be too happy.
Well, no one ever is. He'll pull out a small coin purse, drop it on the counter.
Collect the
Pointless.
coins and put the bottles back in my sack.
Yeah, if I gotta be honest, I think that whole experience definitely awakened something in me.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
That's all right. I was gonna ask you before.
It's okay. I won't.
I was gonna ask you before when I was here. A new crew member of Horace. I think his name was John. Yeah, had an eye patch.
Oh yeah, one night, John.
Yeah, did you see how he was doing? How's he been fitting around here? around these parts?
Oh yeah, he's okay.
Yeah,
He's a quiet
he's behaving
guy.
himself.
Yeah, does a good job.
What happened, Arch? What happened to that captain that we had taken prisoner? We left him with Horace also, right?
Right. Old Horse was heading back here, I believe.
Yeah. What happened to Captain Silver's Captain whatever the fuck?
Oh, I don't think I'm at liberty to say.
Oh, all right. Well, we don't mean to pry. Just curious, since we were the ones who brought him in.
Right. Just let old Horace know we're in town for a few days, maybe not. Well, but we will be passing back through these ways. The
I'm sure he'll be very happy to see you.
Oh yeah, he always is. All right, my friend. I think we're gonna head over to the old Slop Bucket and see if we can't catch our friends.
Is that where they decided to go? Oh shit. I would have picked a different place. All right.
Well, feel free to bring me back some food.
From
I
the
don't
slop
get much
bucket,
me time.
all that's just like pureed. It's like old people food.
No. Peak culinary tradition.
No, I'm sorry, but the yellow bucket is where it's at. They got like curry and shit.
Well, we all have wrong opinions sometimes.
Oh, what a guy! All right. Well, we got what we came here for, and
Right. Take it easy, Yannis.
Yannis, you don't happen to know anyone?
Ow.
You don't happen to know anyone from Schleem, do you? That's where we're heading to next. Is there anyone you know that we might be able to get in contact with while we're there?
Schleem? Not that I can think of. It's been a very long time since I've been to Schleem.
Yeah, that's understandable. The mountains and everything between here and there. But are you aware of a group or anyone that operates kind of doing Horace's kind of job out that way? Kind of working in the shadows and all that?
Yeah, there is a local sort of thieves guild. We occasionally have done work together in the past, but with all the war efforts going on, I haven't kept much contact.
Well, was there a contact person that you had out that way, or a saying, or anything that might be able to help us out a little?
We'll have to speak to Horace about that.
Any idea when?
My job keeps me in Stillwell most of the time.
Yeah, it's understandable. All right. Well, if we see Horace, great. But if not, that's okay too. We'll figure it out. But thank you for your time, and thank you for the job.
My pleasure, boys.
And we're just gonna head on over to the slop bucket and see if there's anything that we can see along the way. Any signs of our friends or running,
Are
screaming
we gonna
children?
pass? Yeah. Do we pass the park at all, or?
You don't pass the park, but on your way up there, you do see what looks to be several terrified children running away from the direction of the park.
Well, I mean, that screams our friends.
Right. That was kind of odd. Did we hear what the kids were screaming about by chance?
Mostly unintelligible screaming.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should be careful just in case. But
right.
Well, I don't know. Every time I see Moony, I feel like running and screaming. But
right. Should we head towards that direction then?
Yeah. Let's do it.
He does like the outdoors, so he could be in the park doing Lord knows what up in fucking trees, doing things with birds.
Yeah.
So you guys walk up to the park, which is strangely empty now, emptier than you would have expected for such a nice day. And over near one of the benches, you see a soaking wet Moony who has an extremely red face. Looks like he's been crying.
That fucking guy, he's always fucking wet. It doesn't. Ugh. You would think for someone so hairy, he'd want to be dry, but he's not. He's always fucking sopping.
Hey, Moony.
Ugh. Oh, I'm just gonna visibly shudder when I see him.
Oh, hello, the Kid and Archie. Trogg, look, it's them. It was amazing. Would you like a bite?
From the Slop Bucket? No, thank you. No.
Oh, it's real good. You gotta get the slop sauce on it.
Yes, Trogg introduced me. It is very tasty.
There's kind of a three-way rivalry between each of the members of the Bucket family, the Slop, the Chum, and the Yellow. And I'm team.
It's a family business.
And I
The
prefer
Bucket
the Yellow
family.
myself. But they can usually like sense it on you. Like if you've eaten at one place and then you go to another, like they'll sense it and they're like, it ain't good. So I guess I will make a mental note not to go to the Yellow Bucket with either of you, unfortunately. And I will never step foot in that fucking disgusting ass Slop Bucket shit. I'm sorry I even told you about it.
Right, I'm more of a Chum Bucket fan myself, but I prefer seafood.
Yeah, that's what it is. See, and I can sometimes do the Chum Bucket, but like being on the boat for all that time, like all we had was fish. I figured Chum Bucket was the worst of the three choices, but that's fine. You know, to each their own. As Yannis says, we are all allowed to have our own opinions. So
A Yannis quote.
yeah, I don't know. It is now.
This is the strangest form of improv I have heard in a while.
All right. Well, what time is it now? DM.
At 1-ish, 2-ish.
Do we want to try to get our hands on some horses now and just setting out for the day, or do we want to rest here and go out in the morning?
Right, I think it would probably
So having
stock up.
Having been in Stillwell before, you do know that there is a ferry that goes down the river as well. So you could do horses, you could take the ferry.
We did want to get the money, which we did, by the way. Our job was successful, so to buy some provisions for when we head out. So I guess we should probably do that quick. And I have apples. I have some apples if you want an apple.
I'm gonna reach into the bag of holding, pull out a bottle of liquor, and toss it to.
That's gonna be for tonight.
All right, I'm gonna put it back in.
Yeah. If we do hop on that ferry, and they like, how long is the ferry ride? DM, do we know? Is it like several days? Like, are we sleeping on the ferry?
From the ferry from Stillwell to Dewborn, by ferry it would take you about a day.
All right. And do we know, like, do you normally rent out cabins or rooms or?
Usually, if you pay more, you can get sort of like a private accommodation. It's almost like a river cruise style boat. It's not necessarily the most comfortable.
Well, my thought was if we do take the ferry, then we can save all of our some of our spoils from this most recent job and have it on the ship.
Right. Well, I was more so thinking I could give Trogg a gift, but yeah, I agree, and we could probably sell some on the old river.
I was thinking that too. That's a great idea. Great minds. Yeah.
If we do take the land, remember we still have George and me. I could also be a sea animal if needed.
Well, maybe that's not a bad idea because we'd have 2 horses and only 3 of us to ride, and we could just stay the night here at Horace's or wherever, and drink here and then set out in the morning.
I think that might be the best idea. We'll save some money. We can, Trogg and I can ride abreast. You can ride the sweaty back. I'm not getting on a wet horse. That does not sound pleasant.
Well, we can go stock up on provisions now and then head over to wherever we're staying. But I know a really, really nice bodega just right down the street. So if we want to stop there for some stuff.
Right, because we need some bougie ass stuff. Speaking of bodegas, breaking character really quick. At work the other night, I had a guy come in, and part of his property, he had one single Trojan Magnum condom that he had purchased. Like, I didn't even know you could buy single condoms. Like, someone had opened a box, ripped it off, and just stuck a price sticker on it.
It's the people who sell like loose cigarettes, like on the street corner.
Yeah, it was just a loose condom for $1.39.
Jesus.
Drop my condom for my Magnum dong.
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably
So
doesn't
anyway,
that
I just started blasting.
Yeah.
Here's this place that I was telling y'all about. We're here already.
Right.
Did a little screen wipe. Here we are.
Enter the bodega.
If we are going shopping, I don't have any money, but could I find some kind of bag or holster for my body? I feel like the loincloth might be a little too much at this point.
A holster for my body.
That's exclusively how I'm going to refer to pants from now on.
You know the word holster, but you don't know the word pants.
Somebody give me my leg holsters.
No, I do.
God damn it.
I do not want pants. Nothing else to cover, just some kind of bag.
What do you
There's
do
cloth
like a
bags
bag?
at the bodega.
I will start searching the bodega for bags as the rest of them search for what they need.
You do find them, and the tag even says 100% ethically sourced cotton.
What
In
colors?
reality, you can't read. And it says
Ethnically.
ethnically sourced cotton.
Ethnically sourced cotton, yeah.
Oh, I got to be careful with language. I do not know if I should take this one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna just grab some provisions, just food and we have torches and rope. Yeah, we have rope. We have torches.
I think I know I have a hooded lantern. I just want to get some dried rations for sure. Does this bodega sell potions?
I love that it's a bodega. So this place is called Buckets of Buckets, and like 90% of the store, as you can see, is just buckets. Different kinds, different shapes, different styles. It has no relation to the three restaurants buckets, but this is just a bucket store.
I'm never letting you guys describe the cities you're in ever again. Well, you guys can get your dried rations and your other various things. All said and done, probably costs you about 1 or 2 gold pieces. I'd say 2 gold pieces for it all.
Hey, Arch, do you mind if I get some of that gold from your sack there?
I'm going to hand him 15 gold pieces.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, I meant for all you guys, like all together, it's going to be like 1 or 2 gold. So anything you guys decide to pick up, it'll be 2 gold. That's
anything.
I mean, it depends how much you're buying, but if you're buying like just average supplies and such, we'll put it at 2 gold for the lot of you.
Just average supplies for me, please.
All right, you guys are stocked up.
I'd like to buy another, 5 candles, so to bring my candle count up to 10.
Yeah, sure. Add them in.
Okay.
Right. Well, we already had stopped by the good old Chug and Tug, but is that where we want to go back to get rooms, or do we want to stay somewhere fancier tonight?
Oh, I think the old Tug and Chug is a great place to rest in, especially if we're just going to head out on horses tomorrow. Well,
right.
No need to be bougie.
All right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that place.
To finish up my bag, by the way, I defeat Hudson. I would like a pink satchel, just a strap over my shoulders. What do I owe for this bag? I appreciate whoever purchased.
The bag's gonna run you about 75 silver pieces.
I'll take care of it.
Thank you, kid. Can I give you anything?
I think you should give the kid a hug.
Kid,
That's all right. I think just
no,
your
please.
friendship is enough.
Please,
I'm all right.
I give Trogg a high five. You deserve a lot better.
You know what? Let's put a pin in it for now because I cannot hug while I'm standing. Right now we're standing. I'm gonna have to wait.
I can
until
push you
we
over.
Are not.
Yeah, the kid only
you know,
likes when he's laying down. So, like, if you lay later on, like at night, if he's laying down, just go and just lay on top of him. Give him a hug.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. All right.
And I now have a pink satchel.
Well, if we make it back to the Chug and Tug,
Yep.
then
Gonna make it back, no problems.
Hey, Yannis, we're back. We were curious about rooms if you had any available.
Who are your new friends?
Just that
You're very big, aren't you? He says, staring at Moony.
Oh, me?
Tug.
Yes, I guess so. I don't usually hear that, but thank you.
No problem.
And Trogg is our other friend here.
Hey, how you doing?
One.
Frog, very nice to meet you.
So we were.
How you doing?
Interested in one of your rooms for this evening, if one was available, and I was also interested in maybe renting out some companionship if you could send someone to my quarters.
Well, I'm always open.
Great. Kylie walks down just as I'm hiring a prostitute.
Yeah, no problem. We've got plenty of open rooms.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yannis. I got a question for you. Can you you got a kitchen here, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
You got a pot or something?
Yeah, sure we do.
Like a big pot. Can I just rent that?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah,
Not the weirdest thing people have asked me for.
I can imagine. I just need to fill it up with a little bit of water and I'll be good. Just
Oh yeah.
Can I just take
don't
it out
worry.
of the kitchen? I take it out of the kitchen because I don't want anyone to try to put the pot on some fire and cook up a frog soup. Frog soup.
Yeah, no problem. I'll have someone carry it up to the room.
So about this prostitute?
Yeah, got plenty.
Oh, duh.
Well, in the meantime, though,
Do you have any
Archie
specifics? Man, woman, dwarf?
Some
people into that?
people who identify
Wrong.
as she, her.
As who?
She, her. People who identify she, her.
Oh, all right. You're so progressive.
Thank you. I take great pride in that. But anyway, if you could send that whore my way.
Let me be super progressive. Send that fucking skank in here.
Yeah, no problem. It's all yours.
All right. Now, Archie kind of let the alcohol out of the bag on this one a little early, which is fine. But we got some good stuff earlier, some top shelf stuff, and I was thinking maybe while we're here in the city, and I for one can definitely use a drink because getting the information we did last week was a little bit of a shock. So, and I imagine that there are more shocks to come. So I want to enjoy feeling decent while I can. So, any help with that would be great.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Mooney loves a drink, so
I have
I'll
not been
pull out-
listening at all. I've been posing with my satchel, trying to see if the man notices at all, since he said I was very big, and I appreciate it.
He doesn't make a comment. You presumably have seen it, but doesn't comment on your fashion choice.
I'm gonna keep posing anyway, because I don't understand.
How are you posing?
Oh, kind of just like a.
T posing.
If it doesn't get his attention, I'll T-pose. But at first, I'm just kind of like Alan from Hangover, just Stalin with it.